Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading, and today's reading is called The Poisoned Chalice. Who should you be aware of, okay? So somebody in your life, or maybe not just one person, that are maybe not having your best interests at heart, okay? And I'm just letting you know so that, forewarned is forearmed. And it doesn't mean this person is necessarily like, they just might be somebody to keep an eye on, is all I'm saying, okay? And just somebody maybe to be a little bit careful with, because they may not always have the best intentions, okay? So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. And we're gonna get initials at the end of every pile too, to verify the reading, to let you know if the reading is for you. And if you see your initials pop up, their initials pop up, and a lot of times I'll channel other words as I'm drawing the letters as well too. So if I say something that resonates with you, then you know. And some of you may already come to this reading already knowing there is someone in your life that you should watch out for, and you're just watching this reading as a verification, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get into it today. And if you saw the thumbnail, I had 3 drinks on the cover of the thumbnail, and pile number 1 was the Mimosa pile, okay? Pile number 2 was the Margarita pile, and pile number 3 was the Jack Daniels on the rocks pile, okay? So pile number 1, Mimosa, pile number 2, Margarita, and pile number 3, Jack Daniels on the rocks, okay? So you can pick whatever one you're resonating with and whatever one you feel drawn toward. You may want to pause the video and look back at the thumbnail and just see what picture is speaking to you, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get into it today, and we'll have timestamps in the description box below, okay? If you enjoy my readings and you'd like to get a personal reading from me, I do give personal readings, and you can find details in the description box below for how to request. Thank you so much for being here today, and let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, let's do it. Get comfortable. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Mimosa today, and today's reading is called the Poisoned Chalice, pile number 1, and we're finding out who you should be aware of, okay? And stick around to the end of the reading, because we're gonna get initials to verify your reading, okay? And no extended reading today, but let's go ahead and get into the energy, and let's see if I can get some channeled messages from Spirit for you today, okay? Spirit just said koala bear, maybe someone liked koala bears, or I'm seeing like a keychain with a koala bear, or maybe artwork or something, okay? But Spirit is showing me that. Also, koala bears, aren't they in Australia? Okay, we could have somebody here with a connection to Australia, let's see, or New Zealand. Let's see what else here for pile number 1. Let's see what else. Okay, I just heard it's like Lord of the Flies around here, or people are like dropping like flies, or, that I get that there was a change in something that made a situation worse, pile number 1, and so there could be a difficult situation right now that's just kind of in your orbit or orbiting around you, but maybe you're trying to stay out of it, is what I'm seeing. All right, Spirit's also showing me a black pyramid, okay? So maybe some of you resonate with the energy of the pyramids, or actually I have this black obsidian pyramid right here. Maybe some of you actually like obsidian or have obsidian jewelry, but let's see what else here. Okay, I also get like somebody applying for a job too, and not knowing if the organization kind of has like your best interests at heart, okay? Like somebody could be going through that, or you could have a friend that's going through that, or is at a place and with your work right now where you're just like, I don't know if this place really has my best interests at heart, okay? But let's see what else from Spirit, please. Okay, I just heard a moist towel, or like a hand toilet that not a toilet, but a toilet that they give you when you're at a restaurant to like clean your hands with, or maybe like in a public restroom or something like that, okay? Or like baby wipes even. Maybe somebody here really likes to use baby wipes, but let's go ahead and see for pile number 1 what, a moist towel or a cool cloth. I mean, it is hot right now in many places, so maybe some of you are trying to cool off. Let's see what else here for pile number 1. Okay, Spirit is showing me temperance and like somebody kind of like dipping their toe into the pool and testing something out. Okay, pile number 1. Also, Spirit just gave me the name Paula or the P names, okay? Maybe somebody, you know someone with that name, or you have a person in your life with that name, okay? Let's see what else for pile number 1, please. Let's see what else. Okay, Spirit's showing me the color red, or like a red crayon, or like a red pen or something like that too. Okay, speaking of the red, the red crayon, here's the Emperor on the bottom of the deck, which of course is associated with Aries, okay? So this could be an authority figure, somebody at the head of your family, or an authority figure in your life, all right? And I feel like you guys are like, people should also be aware of me because I'm the boss, all right? So maybe some of you have Aries in your chart, or you wanna be in charge at certain times, okay? Or maybe sometimes you guys think if people would see things your way or do things your way, like things would turn out better, okay? But let's go ahead and see pile number 1. Let's find out who Spirit is wanting you to be like aware of, okay? And we have, the 5 of Swords, okay? So I'm just gonna pull this Emperor out right here. And oh, look, there's the King of Pentacles, okay? So we have Aries and Virgo already. There's the World card, so Spirit's like, stop, okay? But anyway, there could be 2 people you should be aware of, pile number 1. One of them could be an Aries, one of them could be a Virgo, a fire sign, or an earth sign, okay? And let's see what else here. We have the Ace of Cups, okay? So be wary of giving your all to a situation where people are not being very genuine, and don't plan on sharing whatever they have with you, is kind of what I'm seeing here. We have the 4 of Wands, okay? And 4 of Wands is also another Aries card, and it is a card of, you know, like emotional harmony and balance and excitement, okay? But somebody's kind of ruining the party or ruining someone's good time. And it could be somebody who is acting like you're trying to have a good time, or you're trying to, like, you know, cheer people up, or you're trying to make a situation better. I feel like you're pile number 1. But there are some people that are just not hearing it, okay? And for some of you, you could have 2 bosses as well that are like siding with the wrong person, okay? Or 2 figures in your life that are actually like, that you need to watch out for, that are aligning with the wrong person, is kind of what I'm feeling here. So let's see, I'm gonna get the rest of the cards out here, pile number 1. We're gonna see what else we have. We have Spark, okay. And we see somebody here playing a musical instrument or feeling very creative. I feel like somebody's ideas are being, I feel like you have really good ideas, pile number 1, or you have really thoughtful things to say, really valid, important things to bring to the table, but people aren't listening to you. And I feel like there could even be somebody who, like, you know, makes fun of you or what you're saying or what you're doing behind your back, all right? And I'm seeing card 34 here, so we could definitely have a person who is around that age, okay? And I told myself before this reading, if I saw a 2, it was gonna be around like a love scenario, or maybe a past romantic partner. If it was a 3, it could be work. And if it was a 4, it could be a family member too. So with the Emperor, we have card number 4. So there could also be a male father figure in your family here, or someone in your family that, you know, that acts nice to your face, but actually is a complete dick behind your back, okay? Because the 5 of Swords is about, like, you know, saying things that hurt people, but also kind of like getting one over on someone, or trying to get one over on someone. And I feel like you guys, like, talk about spark with the Ace of Cups and 4 of Wands, talk about you guys being a person who has like a lot of creative energy, a lot of soul in you, a lot of heart in you, okay? And I also feel like Spirit is saying here with card 34, with this spark, is continue to work on the things that you want to work on in life. And I just saw Om here, like Om. I also see OH, like Ohio, and I'm also seeing like some SOB, or like somebody's an SOB. I'm also seeing the letter A here, okay? And I'm just scrying on this card right now, pile number 1. So that, let me see if I can see anything else. I'm seeing the number 27, so somebody here could be 27 as well. All right, but you see somebody here who's very dedicated, who's very, like, wants to be very turned on by what she's doing, and somebody who is like just getting started, you know, like getting ready to spark it up, right? And somebody who really loves what they're doing or wants to love what they're doing in life, but people are poo-pooing it. So this could be something where you guys want to do something with your life, or you're excited to learn something, or you have a passion for something, a creative, emotional, happiness kind of spark towards something that you want to do. But there could be 2 people in your life that are, you know, making fun of it, that are not supporting you, and they may act like they are with the 4 of Wands and Ace of Cups. They may act like it, like, oh, that's so great, we're so happy for you, like cheering for you. Okay, and here's another 4 with the 4 of Wands. So we have the 2 4s here. So that to me tells me there's 2 people in your family as well, and they could be masculine figures, all right? Maybe a father or a brother or something like that, okay? It doesn't have to be like masculine, but I'm just getting that energy of somebody who like really takes to heart what they're doing. And I'm also seeing the letter M here, who really takes to heart, like, you know, doing a good job at things. And like somebody, I feel you're trying to be very focused and concentrated on what you're working on, and you work hard on things, pile number 1, and you don't deserve to have people in your life who, you know, are holier than thou, who act all excited for you, but then turn around with the 5 of Swords and are saying things behind your back, okay? Because I see this person's back is turned, all right? And yeah, and some of you may already have a sneaking suspicion because these people have done this before, and you know that they don't really have your best interest at heart, and some of you could be really like mad about that. But I also feel like Spirit is saying keep perfecting what you're working on, because you're doing great. Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands, spark, thumbs up, okay? So we have here, we have scales, keep your life in balance, all right? And sometimes, like, you know, in order to prove people wrong, or in order to, like, you know, we can get obsessed with certain things, right? So Spirit is just saying here, keep your life in balance. And with the scales, we could have Libra energy in this pile as well. And I think you can and do keep your life in balance, pile number 1. I think it's these people that don't really know how to like keep their lives in balance, okay? I think, you know, you have the potential to be like happy with who you are and what you're doing if you aren't already. And I think you have a good intrinsic sense within you, pile number 1, of what is fair. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there are people with the 5 of Swords who aren't playing fair on the playground, and they also have the wrong idea about what you're doing. But I feel like Spirit is saying that's okay, because within you, Ace of Cups and Scales, is a person who's aligning to their happiness, 4 of Wands, okay? We have Bull here, plenty of material things. Aw, I like that, okay? And, you know, sometimes like the things in life isn't really like what makes us happy at times. And I mean, it's nice to have nice things around us, but it's also just to have a nice environment and have people that support us and feel good about ourselves, you know. But I see the 2 bulls here and then a bull here. So, you know, feeling like, and some of you, maybe you have people that are jealous of you and your happiness. And I also feel with this King of Pentacles and the Emperor that there's a couple people who would like to control you. I feel like pile number 1, but I also feel like you guys are going to be independent, or you already are independent. All right. And I feel like some of you are saying, I don't know why these people think that I care what they think about me and what I'm doing. Like, I figured their dumb game out a long time ago. So good for you, pile number one. We have here a mature man. Okay, that would be the emperor for sure. And this mature man has a look on his face like, what are you doing? You know, like she's over here playing her heart out on the violin, doing something that she really loves. And you can see the sweat pouring off of her, and you can see the hearts above her. Like, this is something that she really loves. Some of you may be into music or have special talents as well, or just special talents that you do really well. And somebody here is like, what do you think you're doing? You know, and you know, it's none of their business what you're doing anyway. So that is so there definitely is a mature man. And what that just means to me is someone who's maybe like older than you, or maybe a father figure, or somebody, a boss, or somebody who's older than you. Somebody could even have gray hair, because I'm seeing the gray hair here. To me, that just means, and I'm seeing the 5 here. So that could be somebody who's over 50 years of age, okay? Or close to that age, or over that age. And not that like 50 is the oldest thing ever. I mean, you know, pile number one, I'm 42. So, but you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling a mature man who's 50 years old. But the thing is, with the 5 of Swords, I don't feel like this person is very mature. And I do feel like they get real judgmental of other people. And look at all the books behind him. I feel like he thinks he knows what's going on in the world. There's the globe, and thinks that he is like the brightest person in the room. There's the light bulb, okay? And the 5 kind of reminds me of like the Hierophant, okay? But in a negative way, like somebody who thinks that they know everything, somebody who thinks they can tell everyone what they should do and how they should do it, okay? And somebody who thinks that like their advice is like very, you know, like important, and that people should be quote unquote listening to them because, you know, they know what to do. If you could see me now, pile number one, you would see me like, you know, sitting up really straight and moving my head around like I knew like this person's like, I'm a very important person, or, you know, I've lived a lot of life, and, you know, you should really like pay attention to me. And for some of you too, this could have been, because the 5 reminds me of the Hierophant. For some of you, this could have been like a religious figure, or some of you could have had someone in your family who was like into religion or was a religious figure, okay? We have imprisonment here with card number 29, okay? And, you know, somebody who I also feel like you guys should watch out for somebody who likes to make judgments on you, or who likes to maybe put you down or look down on you because they don't like their life and they're unhappy with their life. And I also feel like somebody could be a secret alcoholic, pile number one, and you may not know about it, okay? I don't know if you know about it or not. And I'm also getting the energy of someone from a religious family where maybe drinking wasn't a thing, okay? But I feel somebody drinks in secret and doesn't want anyone to know, okay? And I feel like this person likes to put on a show that they literally have everything figured out in life, and they may have like material things, or on the outside look like they've really made something of themselves. But I also feel like they have a tendency to nitpick on other people. I also think like internally, this person may have a lot on the inside, but internally this person is very poor within. You know what I'm saying with this imprisonment card? And somebody may, okay, I'm also getting a shitty landlord too for some of you here, okay? Some of you may have had a shitty landlord, or somebody that is, you know, like taking all your money, but like not making any of the improvements, okay? So some of you may need to worry, or not worry, but just keep your eyes open for somebody like that, okay? You know, and it's like, here's somebody who lives like in a rat infested hole, like here's a rat, and here's somebody who's just living their best life, like the King of Pentacles, okay? But I think internally, this person only really has to show for their life, like the material things that they've done and the image that they project on the outside, okay? And I think internally with imprisonment here, this person's very unhappy with their life. They could be trapped in a relationship that they're not fulfilled in, trapped in a job that they don't like, etc., etc. And they see you over here like having fun, and some of you may have, you know, plenty of material things, or you may be on the track to have that yourself. And, you know, it's jealousy in a way, I feel, okay? It's also jealousy in a way, but the thing is on the surface, it appears like this person maybe has a lot more or has gone farther in life with whatever they're doing. But I also feel like this person doesn't really have a lot of raw talent. All they can really do is watch other people and repeat what was done, okay? And I feel like you're really coming through as a person with raw talent and creativity, and skills, pile number 1, okay? And magic, yes, you guys are magic. Spark your magic, pile number 1, okay? It literally says that right here. Don't worry about what these people are saying or doing. And maybe when you were younger, these people tried to intimidate you. Like I said, it could be 2 people from your family, a father or a brother. It could be 2 people at work, you know, it's gonna be different things, okay? But I am getting a set of 2 men here, like a male, all right? And, you know, so here you are like sparking your magic in life, all right? And I think you're gonna be the one that has like the last laugh. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 1 over this whole thing. So Spirit's like, it doesn't matter, like spark your magic, okay? And we have here illumination, yes. And so I feel like you guys are starting to see that, and some of you may have felt that your attention was getting like drained on these people, or like when you're around them, you can't really focus, or when you're around certain people, you lose your focus, or you start thinking about things they've said to you in the past and it gets you really mad, okay? And those are the people, I feel like with this illumination, pile number 1, these are the people, no matter what their relationship are to you, whether it's a family member, whoever, these are the people that actually distract you, is what I feel, okay? And I feel like you guys are starting to see like doors open for you, or you're starting to find things that you really love, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a hobby that you really love, enjoy, whether it's a skill that you have that's really, really cool. Like I see you guys really opening up to your power and to your magic. And you know, these 2 haters over here, doubters, whoever they are, they may be very uncomfortable with somebody who believes in magic, or who believes in spirit, or who believes in these types of things, okay? And whatever, you know, like they can stay in their self-imposed prisons all they want. We have faith here, okay? And I think there's a message here about you guys, for you guys to keep, like, I feel there's very nice things coming for you with this 4 of Wands, all right? So I feel like Spirit is saying keep the faith, all right? And keep working at it and keep perfecting what you're working on, okay? And understand that even more things are gonna become aware. You're gonna become more aware of, I feel, okay? And with this faith card, I also feel like some of you could have came from religious households where people would like, you know, we're very narrow-minded, or we're just thinking that life can only be one particular way. And people that tried to tell you, like, this is how I think you should live your life, okay? And some of you here with the Ace of Cups, you may be coming back to a sense of your own spirituality, or your sense of how you define that for yourself outside of somebody else's control, okay? We have here the waiting game and the 2 of Wands, okay? And the 2 of Wands, I mean, there's nothing much. Oh, you know what? Is this the 2 of Swords? I'm always a little, maybe it's the 2 of Swords, because there's nothing waiting about the 2 of Wands anyway. I think it might be the 2 of Swords, waiting for the right time, all right? And you can see the hourglass here, and, you know, just waiting for things to kind of catch on, and waiting for things to kind of get roots and grow for you is what I feel like here, pile number 1. I also feel like these two people are very impatient with you. And, I feel like you guys want to, with the Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands, you guys may want to go like at your own pace, and it may be hard for these people to kind of like see your growth, okay? Or they may try to put you under the microscope and analyze, like, and tell you that you're like far off from what you want to do, or you're far off from your goal or whatever. And they may have tried to keep you like distracted from the growth that is trying to come through for you, okay? And yeah, so that's interesting. We have here disruption, okay? And this is card number 16, and this represents the Tower, okay? In this deck. So I think sometimes by maybe not making a decision on something, then like it's like a decision is made, okay? And these people may have tried to like force you to make a decision about something in your life that you weren't ready to make at that time, okay? And again, I also just feel like you're starting to see here like how disruptive these people are, and how they just kind of like delay things for you, okay? And maybe some of you were waiting a little bit to see if these people would grow and change as human beings. But, I mean, pile number 1, that's up to you. But I also just feel like with this disruption and Tower energy, like you guys are being realigned to something, okay? And if you feel like you've been waiting for something and waiting and there's been disruptions, that's also why we have like keep the faith in what you're doing, okay? And yeah, so let's see. Oh, we have the base chakra, okay? So I feel like you guys having faith that you can create the life that you want to create for yourself outside of what these people think your life should be, okay? And to create the solid foundation for yourself where you feel secure and, charged up about the life that you're leading, okay? And, sometimes if we try to keep things in balance too much, we sacrifice too much of what we want, or we try to keep these two people happy over here. All it does is really distract us and disrupt us from what we're trying to do. And the Tower talks about building something on a faulty foundation, okay? And I feel like these people, they may be fine with their own I feel like this one over here, this King of Pentacles, is not fine with their foundation. This Emperor may be fine with their life and with their own foundation, but I feel like what they like to keep is close hold on you. I just even heard a chokehold, or they like to keep some type of hold on you or control on you and tell you like, this is the way that you should set your life up. This is the way that you should create your life. And I think you guys are like more free spirited. You guys are more like free birds, and free spirited. And if you tried to lead your life like this person wants to, it wouldn't really be a true expression of who you are, okay? And so that's what I'm seeing here too. Oh wow, we have 666. Interesting, okay? So 666 is an interesting number, and it says I am centered, right? And keeping your life in balance, keeping yourself in balance, not getting distracted by these people, not putting off what you want for other people, okay? And it says I am centered. And I also would add here for you, pile number 1, like Spirit is telling me for you guys to be centered in your own reality, okay? And you don't need to wait for these people to understand like where you're at. You have real talent that needs to be explored, okay? And I feel like with this Tower card, Spirit is saying, don't build your foundation on people who or don't build your foundation in the same way as other people because you're different than them. I feel like pile number one, okay? And with this I am centered, you guys may have become aware with this illumination of how these people kind of throw you off, and with this faith and base chakra, how they make you question your own like abilities is what I'm getting, or how they make you question. And it's okay. In a sense, I feel like you can take it, pile number one. Like, you can take it. And I think you are empowered. Like, if people want to question you with what you're doing, fine. Like, question whatever. Like, it's their prerogative to question you, they can say whatever they want, basically. But whether you want to hear it, or whether you let it affect you in a certain way, or whether you even choose to hear it, is an entirely other question, okay? And with this waiting game, I don't think you need to wait for anyone's approval anymore, okay? And I know it can be scary when we feel like our whole foundation in life is shaking, but I feel like Spirit is saying with this Ace of Cups, like, it's gonna be okay. Take some time to gather yourself and then press forward, because there's a lot for you in the future. It's 411 right now, pile number one, okay? So I'm giving you some info right now. I am centered. This is a wake-up call. Yeah, the Tower, definitely. This is a wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts. Yeah, with the Five of Swords, facing to these people, thinking about the things that they say. I don't think you guys are looking for their approval anymore, per se. I think you may still think about conversations or things that they said, which, that happens when somebody really offends you, like the Five of Swords. But anyway, so Spirit is saying this is a wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts, so you can raise your vibration to a more, productive frequency. It says positive frequency, but I know sometimes in life we're just pissed off and angry and we need to express it, okay? Like, the Five of Swords isn't a bad thing. If it's being done to us, it feels like crap, but sometimes you have to be the one to tell other people, I've had it, that's enough, I'm not listening to this, okay? And I know in the spiritual community, there's a lot of people who think that everyone needs to be in a positive vibration all the time, okay? I don't think that is true at all. I think sometimes the Tower can also be very motivating, because it shows us, where we can actually do the work to rebuild, okay? My thought about this is raise your vibration or just adjust it. You don't need to raise it, just adjust it to a vibration where you can be more productive, is what I'd say, okay, pile number one. And because we have the base chakra here, so it's all about having faith and building the life and that you want for yourself, okay? And the Four of Wands in the tarot is the Lord of perfected work. So, something about what you're doing is really, really really going to come together, and you're going to like it a lot. And I just feel like your attention is going to be on different things, okay? And so I would just say, you are centered in yourself and who you are and what it is that you love and care about, okay? And, some people think 666 is the mark of the beast, and they're afraid of it, especially for those of you that grew up in very narrow-minded religious households. Now, I'm not, I'm not trying to just make fun and put all religion in the same basket, pile number one, but I am speaking to a free-spirited, loving soul who has different talents than other people, who doesn't want to live his or her life the same way that everyone else did, okay? And for that type of person, you guys could have been with this 666, these people could have made you feel like what you were doing or how you were living your life was in some way hurting them with the Five of Swords, or in some way was bad, or that the Tower was going to happen and everything you did was going to be destroyed because you're not living, you're not living the way that they want you to live, all right? But, you know what I have to say to these people, pile number one, is 666, okay? And they would probably go crawl in a hole if someone said that to them, you know? I mean, if they just want you to be like them and you tell them, actually, I'm not like you at all, 666, then, you know, watch them experience some disruptions in their environment, okay? And maybe sometimes with the Five of Swords, looking at these two people, you guys haven't like minded antagonizing them every now and then. And that's cool, you know, but I also just feel like, you know, like you guys are working on building up your life and what it is that you love and what it is that you want, okay? And I'm also getting that some people could have made you feel guilty as well for wanting to live the life that you wanted to live, or for loving the person that you wanted to love, you know, this type of thing, okay? So Spirit just wanting to remind you guys, like, you're not a bad person and you're not an evil person. You're actually a very beautiful person with the Ace of Cups. And even though you've had a lot of, you know, disruption in your life and you've had to face a lot of maybe losses with the Tower, or just moments where your life was like, you completely had to step into a new life, Spirit just wants you to know that you are centered and you are productive and you are skillful, okay? We have the 10th house in the world, okay? I am centered in the world. I am centered in myself. I am centered in what I want. I am centered in the world that I am creating for myself, okay? And the 10th house, and again, we have card 34. So we have 34 twice, all right? So that age or that number could be, you know, very important here. And, you know, also with the Tower and the base chakra, I'm getting like somebody that could have been like at times maybe feeling very angry towards these people. And I get it, pile number one, I get it if you've experienced that, okay? Because it's very Marsy, you know, that red. And I mentioned the red crayon in your channeled messages and the color red. And here we have the base chakra, which is red. And of course, the Tower in the tarot is Mars, okay? And, you know, the Two of Swords is more like quietly waiting, and the Tower is more like popping off, okay? So, you know, maybe and that's maybe where we're trying to balance things and get productive and all of that. I heard a quote back in the day that was like get productively selfish about what it is that you're trying to do in the world, okay? And the 10th house in astrology represents your career. Okay, and it's called the culminating degree, and it's really where a lot of power in our chart is concentrated, and a lot of visibility and power, because it shows our skill and it shows what we're doing in this world and what we choose to do. And Spirit just saying that you have, like, you're not bad for what you want, you know, like center yourself in what you want to do for yourself in this world, okay? Like what you find valuable, what you find, you know, like skillful, and what you find passion in, okay? And like I said, some of you here with this spark in the 10th house, some of you are really gonna do well in your work, okay? Or you're going to, maybe some of you even become really known for what it is that you do. So I don't think you really need to pay attention to these people, pile number one. I mean, you know, and yeah, so that's interesting. Now let's go ahead. Maybe sometimes you guys worry that, like with this waiting game, that you're being a little maybe too passive, or you ignored something that you wish you would have seen at the time, okay? But with this illumination, I think things are becoming very clear. And some of you might have had a major falling out too with this Tower and Five of Swords with two people, or these two people. And I know that hurts and it's very distracting, pile number one, but I also feel like you guys have a lot of talent and Spirit wants you to like build that up, okay? So have faith that you're building the foundation that you want to build for you, and that it's going to lead to, you know, like a cornucopia of good things. So let's go ahead and see. I also feel like somebody could have like weird hair, or like hair that kind of like sticks up, or has like a cowlick, or kind of like sticks up in the morning, okay, is what I'm getting here. Maybe you guys have like a weird piece of hair that like always stands out or sticks out on your head or something, okay? Or maybe one of these people do. But let's go ahead, let's get some initials, pile number 1, okay? And find out who is this person that pile number 1 needs to be aware of, okay? Who is this person? Okay, it's 4:20 right now, pile number 1, so you know what to do. There's an R and there's an A. Okay, so if some of you, I saw an A as I was scrying on this card too. So there it is again. And I also feel like, are you really doing this or are you really gonna do this, right? And it's like, oh, yes, I am, okay? I'm also feeling like the name Rachel could be here too, or spelled out. There's an F, okay? Far, far. Like, I wanna get far away from this. Okay, like stay away, you know. Good for you, pile number 1. We have an O here. Okay, roar, R-O-A-R, roar, okay? And that's what I feel like. What's that song by Katy Perry? And you're gonna hear me roar. Is that the name of the song? Oof, guys, I got chills right now. All right, with your talent, with what you do, what you put into it, you're gonna hear me roar. Good for you. I love that for you, pile number 1. We have Z, Z, okay? Z. Razzle dazzle on pile number 1 with you, with who you are. We also have AZ, so we could have Arizona here as a place, okay? And let's see what else here too. Let's see what else here for pile A to Z, right? Like you could own these people from A to Z, pile number 1, like, but Spirit just saying, let's get you focused on, you know, you and stuff, okay? Okay, I'm also getting somebody who maybe like believes in UFOs. I'm also getting an Air Force base or someone who could be in the Air Force, but let's see what else here. Let's see what else for pile number 1. We have a C, a car, okay? A car. And also we're missing an L, but we could have calf, like calf. And there's RAC. There's the start of the name Rach or Rachel. Okay, maybe some of you have that name. An arc, right? ARC, like a new character arc is kind of what I'm feeling here. All right, and car, like somebody could have had a fight about a car or somebody's car got brought up about something, okay? And let's see what else. Let's see, we have a W. Yeah, we're missing the K, but we could have whack. Yeah, like these people are just whack, who cares, okay? And yeah. And maybe we're missing the N, but maybe they expected you to like fawn over them at times, okay? Or to like, you know, cater to them, pile number 1, but it's like, whatever. You know, we have cow, okay? We have calf and cow, so that's very interesting. Oh, we also have FAR, we're missing the M, but we could have farm here, or somebody here could be connected to some type of farm. Here's the fox. Okay, Fox, fox. And I just did a reading on fox spirit. It's a few videos down from this video, like what does the fox spirit have to tell you? I feel like some of you should watch that video. I also feel like CarMax, or somebody maybe who bought a car off CarMax recently, is here too, okay? I also feel like quack, like somebody's saying like somebody's a quack or they're not legit, and it's like, whatever, you know, I don't think so. Eat my dust, losers, is what I have to say to these people, okay? We have Q, okay? LGBTQ, I was talking earlier, yeah, quack, okay? Right there, QAC, and then we're just missing the K. But like, you know, I was talking about how somebody may not understand you because of who you love or who you want to be with or date. Okay, some people here could be, these people over here could be very against like the LGBTQ community as well. And I feel like with you guys with the Ace of Cups and Four of Wands, you guys are like, all is love, you know, like whoever you want to love is cool. Like, you know, live and let live, that type of thing. We have a P. Yes, I mentioned P at the very beginning of the reading, and here it is, okay? And P-O-O-R, maybe these people like trying to say that you're gonna be poor, you know. I have an interesting story, pile number one. I'll tell you sometime about a person in my life who told people that they would always be poor. Anyway, that's for a different day. But somebody fapping around with their big mouth, okay, telling other people. And we have this whole thing here of plenty of material things, okay? And then why is someone so poor in the spirit? You know what I'm saying? Okay, and somebody actually could have gone to jail here or done something illegal with this imprisonment card. And PAC, P-A-C, I also feel like kind of forming a pact with someone, or, you know, like saying, oh yeah, like, of course, like I'm here for you, like forming a pact with someone and then like turning their back on them, you know, is kind of what I'm getting here. We also have COP, C-O-P. Someone here may be a cop or work in the legal field, okay? And we also have crap, C-R-A-P, crap, okay? And XOXO, these people's love is crap, you know? And when you put the Five of Swords next to the Ace of Cups, like that's shitty love, okay? So who needs that, all right? And especially when there are like other better people in the world. And let's get some more initials here, okay? Let's get some other, we have CAP, C-A-P, CAP, okay? Let's see what else. Ox, okay? Ox, like somebody's like a big dumb ox is what I feel, that tries to like tell everyone else what to do, which is like whatever. And they're not even on par with you, okay? There's par. We have T, pact. There's the pact, okay? Somebody may play golf as well with par here, like par one or something like that. But here's pact, like forming a pact with someone only to kind of have them. And then we have act here. Act and fact, okay? It's like somebody saying, I only act on facts, and let's make a pact to do that or something. But how can you know what's, you know, how can you know if somebody's stabbing you in the back and talking about you behind your back? How could somebody like do that? All right. And we have cat here and rat, okay? And you see the rat right here. So this person acting, somebody here could have always tried to like rat you out and tell on you all the time, I feel, pile number one. And it's a fact, you know. And we have cow and then F-A-T, okay? So I'm sorry if people were saying things like that, pile number one. That is like BS. We also have goat here. We have goat and cap. So there could be a Capricorn here too that you guys should be aware of, all right? And gag, right? G-A-G, gag. We also have tar, okay? Somebody probably trying to tar your reputation in some way, pile number one, okay? And I also feel like somebody is like really trying to be like, well, I was only acting on the facts of, you know, what I knew at that time, you know, kind of giving you an explanation like that. And it's like, no, you know what you're doing, okay? And yeah, so here we have an E, oxy, interesting. Eat, okay, somebody who maybe likes to eat a lot. We have wet, we have get. Ooh, what's with the get wet? Okay, who's that? Is there a lover popping in here? Do you guys see an ex's name popping in here, pile number one? The Ace of Cups sure knows how to get wet. But anyway, yeah, that's a fact, right? No cap. Is that what they say? Is that what the kids say? Pile number one, like no cap. Okay, so this is going to be the last letter. I feel like action or like get together or action is showing up here too. All right, and I feel like somebody wants to, here's forge, F-O-R-G-E, like somebody wanting to forge something with you, but then they stab you in the back, okay? And here we have a J, okay? J-A-C could be Jacqueline, Jackie, Jack. Oh, I was just gonna say, like, is there a what would Jesus do here? Okay, but that's interesting. All right, so we have Jet here, Jet, and Page, like P-A-G-E. So we could have the name Page, someone here with that name, but I also just feel like it's like you're not on the same page with these people, and it's fine. Like, that's life, right? We have Pat here, P-A-T, could be Pat or Patrick. And yeah, let's see, anything else that I want to show or say about this? Okay, any jog is here, J-O-G, okay, is here. So maybe somebody here likes to jog a lot, maybe you do, or this person does, okay? But interesting energy, pile number 1. Okay, we have Cot, C-O-T-E. We also have C-O-T-E, like Coty or isn't that a name of a place, like C-O-T-E? Is that a Spanish word? Anyway, I'm just seeing that right now. So anyway, okay, I just saw an insult word to LGBT people here right now. So this could be a person who insults like LGBTQ people is also what I'm seeing here. Pile number 1. So I am so sorry if you had somebody in your life like that. We're missing the N, but I feel like we could have like Xena or like Xena Warrior Princess here. Okay. So, and then WAG, W-A-G is here too. And I think I'm going to go ahead and stop there, pile number 1 for this reading. Oh, one last thing. I'm going to draw you guys a card and find out what spirit really wants you guys to be focusing on right now for pile number 1. If you guys enjoy my readings, I'd love to hear your comments and your thoughts. I also have a little tip jar in my description box if you're feeling it, and I do personal readings as well, okay? And so let's go ahead and see what does spirit want pile number 1 to be focusing on now, above and beyond like everything. What does spirit want pile number 1 to be focusing on right now? Okay. All right. New beginnings. Oh, I love that. With the Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands. Happy new beginnings. Okay. And, you know, like stepping out into a new day, and look at that sun in the background too. And like a warm, new, loving beginning. And I see like all the butterflies around as well too. So some of you may really resonate with that butterfly energy, and also with birds. And I'm seeing like a gray cat here too, that has like some black on it too, maybe on like the legs of it, or has some random black markings here or there, but like a gray cat is what I'm seeing here. And it looks pretty fluffy, or like it's pretty, you know, portly. But anyway, fat cat. Oh my God. Some of you may actually have a cat that's actually like a gray cat with some black markings. It's kind of chunky, but I love that. I love that for you guys. And of course, courage, showing where you've been in the past. Pile number 1, like all the courage you've shown to stand up for yourself and to just embrace new beginnings. All right, pile number 1, that is what I am getting for you guys today. I hope that that reading resonated for you. Can cats wag their tail like dogs do, pile number 1? I have a dog, but I don't know if cats can do that, so that's interesting. But anyway, you guys will let me know in the comments. Thank you so much, pile number 1. And like I said earlier, you guys should watch that fox reading I did a couple videos back, if you haven't already, because it clearly popped up. Or if you did watch that video and you feel foxes are really resonating for you, then it's a further confirmation, okay? So let's go ahead and get into pile number 2. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the Margarita, all right? My salty little margaritas, lime margaritas in pile number 2. Let's go ahead and get into it and find out the Poisoned Chalice. Who should you be aware of, okay? And we're gonna get initials at the end of your reading to verify your reading, so make sure you stick around for that. Pile number 2. Let's go ahead and jump right in and see if we can get some channeled messages, and then we'll get into the cards, okay? So for pile number 2, okay, Spirit is showing me a sword and an orange and a lemon. Or the sword may be a knife, but I am seeing 3 objects, a sword, an orange, and a lemon, okay? I feel like somebody trying to cut something with a knife that like doesn't work, or the wrong size knife, or cutting something with too big of a knife, okay? And I also feel like somebody showing someone how to like make chicken, or how to like cut the sides off of the chicken and then put it in like flour or this type of thing. Okay, maybe some of you had a parent or grandparent that showed you something like that, or somebody who knew how to make like really good fried chicken, or I don't even really know how to cook, pile number 2. So I'm just seeing like Spirit is showing me somebody who is like, you know when someone takes that little like wooden hammer thing and like pounds the meat with it. Anyway, pile number 2. Isn't that funny? Have you pounded your meat today, pile number 2? Have you gotten your chicken ready? But let's go ahead and see what else for pile number 2. You guys know how I am, okay? And Spirit just told me something about a tropical drink. So maybe some of you like mixed a tropical drink recently, or had a tropical drink, like maybe a Mai Tai or something fruity, something like that. Pile number 2, okay? And let's see what else, okay? Ooh, pile number 2, I'm also getting somebody who like maybe always lets their doggy like poop all over the yard or all over the dog park or something, and it's like really annoying, and you're like, why don't people pick up after themselves or something, okay? But anyway, pile number 2. So Spirit is showing me that. Thank you, Spirit, for that lovely message. And I feel like somebody is, okay, Spirit's like laughing right now, like, haha. Let's see what else. Okay. Okay, I feel like caramel candies, like somebody who eats like really chewy caramel candies or taffy. Also, randomly, when I'm doing your guys' pile, like I can hear outside, and I just heard like random like fiesta music or Mexican music. So maybe someone here is going to a party, or a quinceañera, or I don't even know if I'm saying that right, pile number 2. So please excuse me if not, but sounds like someone's having a fiesta. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what else for pile number 2. I just heard all have the escargot, okay? So maybe someone going out on a date and ordering like the most expensive thing, or joking about it, or laughing about it, or actually doing it. Like, yeah, I always order the most expensive thing on a date. Pile number 2, you're so cool, okay? Spirit also talking about oysters too, all right? So anyway, pile number 2, let's go ahead and see the Poisoned Chalice. So the 3 of Pentacles, I told myself, is on the bottom of the deck. I told myself if the 2 came up, it was about like a love situation. If it was the 3, then it was neighbor or work. And if it was 4, it was family. So already a situation, like I can hear this neighbor's like really, the music must be really, really loud for me to be able to hear it. So maybe some of you have annoying neighbors, or people that are very irritating at work. Let me see. I also feel like no matter how much you try to help someone, they just don't get it. And I feel like sometimes they kind of like, when people kind of like patronize other people and act like they're listening, but they're really not. And then you're like, did I just waste my time? Or like, or somebody who you try to explain something to them and they always are like questioning you. And it's like, excuse me, and we have the King of Wands underneath here. So I feel like in good faith, you guys try to like explain things to people or teach them things, but it's like they're salty about it for some reason, or It's like they don't trust what you're saying, or they don't think that what you're saying is right. You know, it's like, who died and made pile number 2 in charge, okay? But I think it was the King of Wands that did, okay? So here's the King of Wands, pile number 2, and in the tarot, the King of Wands is Sagittarius, okay? And the Three of Pentacles is a Capricorn. So we could already have some energies coming out around that, okay? And it's like, I feel like some of you are like, I'm kind of just thinking about doing my own thing for a while, like F these people, because maybe you're just getting the impression that you're wasting your time, okay? And like there's other things you could be doing with your time. But let's go ahead, pile number 2, and see the Poisoned Chalice, who you should be wary or aware of. Oh, wow. There's the King of Cups. So we have a Pisces, all right? And we already saw the Sagittarius, but we have a Pisces or a King of Cups right out the gate. Oh, there's the Three of Pentacles again. So that is a confirmation of a huge, like, you know, somebody that you know, like, through work or because of work, or somebody that you know like in your social circle as a friend, or someone that's like a neighbor is kind of what I'm seeing here, okay? And yeah, I also feel like some of you could have somebody like a friend or somebody at work who is really mad at you because you started helping someone else, or you started trying to, like, you know, be there for someone else when this person was trying to show them something, and now they're mad at you for like upstaging them, or now they're mad at you because just, I feel like for really dumb reasons, they're mad at you, okay? And you guys may not even really know because you're focused. I think you can see this person out of the corner of your eye, though, pile number 2. I think you can. I think you can see this person out of the corner of your eye. And this person is irritated, okay? And because you're like helping someone else, or and they want to be the one to do that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of weird, pile number 2, this salty person. Let's see. We have the 9 of Wands, okay? I feel like you guys kind of like, I don't feel like you mean to do it, pile number 2, but I feel like some of you embarrassed somebody or caught them off guard, okay? And I feel like you guys were just kind of like doing your job, or you were just kind of doing something to help someone. And, you know, and I feel like someone thinks that what you did was disingenuous and thinks that you were just doing that to like show off to the boss, or to like show off to a friend or whatever. Okay, pile number 2. So, also, I feel like you guys need to be a little bit careful. Okay, some of you could have a fire sign, because I'm seeing all the red here. Some of you could have a fire sign that's pissed off, okay? And I don't think they really were, maybe in the past. I think they started to get mad at you. Some of you may have a Sagittarius or an Aries or Leo, somebody who's a fire sign that is pissed off, okay? But I'm seeing 2 indications of Sagittarius here. And, you know, and I feel like you guys were just trying to help or be there with someone. I'm also seeing an L name here. I'm seeing an A name, and then I'm seeing a C name, okay? LAC could be initials, and we're gonna do initials at the end of the reading anyway, okay? So I feel like you guys are doing really good at something right now. Like, you're really doing good. You're really trying hard. You're doing your best, all of that. And I feel like there's some like worm behind you that's like mad that you're like, you have the intention, or that you're like, you know, I feel like it's pretty petty, you know, like why they're upset with you. And yeah, so that's really interesting, pile. It's 444. Wow. I just looked up at my clock and it's 444 in your guys' reading, okay? So, you know, I also feel, because I said 4 had to do with family, I also feel that this situation with a friendship group or with a work situation is also like, it's also replicating maybe something that happened in your family where you tried to like help someone. Okay, I'm getting somebody here who could have been like the little brother or the little sister, but like it was really easy for you guys to like figure something out, or maybe you just learned things very intuitively and you were trying to help someone else. And I feel like this person is mad at you, pile number one, because they don't know how to teach like you do. Okay, this person has a very short attention span, and they're also very impatient, and they're just trying to show people things or do things because they want to get ahead and get noticed, is kind of what I feel. Okay, and they'd be better off stepping aside and letting you, like somebody who really cares and somebody who really knows how to, like, you know, deal with situations as they come up on a more like empathetic level. I feel like they would do better to like step aside and let you kind of like manage something or do something. But I feel like, you know, I feel like this person's very ambitious. Some of you may have had siblings, like a sibling that was older, and you would maybe outshine them sometimes, maybe athletically, or maybe just like intelligence wise or in school. Okay. And I feel like I feel like this person would get like take it as a personal offense to them, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, with this Nine of Wands. And like I feel it's almost like, you know, you're kind of the hot one over here, I see, with the flame, and they're like, why? You know, like, I did everything, I worked hard too, like why does pile number two get the attention? Okay, I'm also seeing somebody who could have a mother that is a real bitch. Okay, I'm also getting that energy too. Like I feel one of your parents was more like interested in what you had to say, or maybe was more like listening or open, but I feel like you had a parent that was also like, I don't know, just kind of like putting you down at times, or just not really believing what you're saying, or just no matter what you could do, it always seems like this person, like what you did wasn't good enough for them. It's like, look at what you, some of you may have apprenticed or like learned a skill or worked with your hands or something like this. It feels like no matter what you did, they were always like, why can't you be like this? Or I wanted you to do this with your life. And it's like, how come what I do is never going to be good enough for you people? Okay. So I'm kind of getting that energy, pile number two, for sure here. And I mean, I feel you guys are very, very strong people, and you can like, you know, like prove yourself in the world and take care of yourselves. You're also like very caring, and you like to help people just because you like to help them. You're not trying to like expect anything from it. You're a good team player. Okay. And I feel like somebody's mad at it, and it's like, well, then why don't they try to be a little bit more like you? You know what I'm saying, pile number two? And some of you just could have had like one parent, maybe even both. Okay. Because I am seeing both of them here. Like one parent that was very critical, and then one that expected you to be exactly like a sibling, okay? Or expected you to like be superhuman about whatever it is that you did, okay? And I'm also getting an energy, pile number two, of somebody who really actually could have like almost made you sick in a way, with the way that they, like physically sick, because like driving you too hard or pushing you too hard. I think you guys are very strong, and like, you know how to defend yourself and you're strong, but I also just feel like, you know, that's not fair to you, okay? I also feel like somebody who's been really touchy and defensive and sensitive around you when normally they may not be. I feel like you also need to be aware of this person because they are mad, okay? And it's like, what? I feel like you guys are like, what? You know, I didn't do anything, or like, you know, and they're like, oh, yes, you did, you know, and it's like, well, you know, like, whatever. I don't know. I'm already mad at them, pile number two. Let me go ahead and, yeah, and the A names here too. I saw the L, the A, and the C. Okay, so some of you may know already who that is based on those initials, but we'll get initials later. So we have here magic stream and number 18. Okay, so you just have that magic touch. You know, I feel like you guys are the King of Cups. I feel like, you know, you really care about what you do. You really try to, like, you know, you genuinely try to jump in there and help people. And you're like, yeah, you know, like I can show you. Or you always, you know, I feel some of you have like you're patient, okay? And I feel like maybe some of you have had people around you who've been very impatient and who like maybe think you talk too much, or maybe think you get up in people's businesses too much, or get up in their business too much. And it's like, you know, geez, I was just trying to help, you know, but like, so we have this magic stream, and I feel like, you know, inspiration can continually flow through you guys. And I feel like, you know, I just feel like you guys can cleanse yourself emotionally and like just keep the magic alive within you. And that may really irritate some people, okay? And it's like maybe some of the thoughts you have or some of the suggestions that you have are like very cool and ingenious. I also feel like you guys can be very like strong, hardworking as well. And it's just like unending with you. I just feel like it's flowing and flowing. And again, it's a magic stream. Like, you know, what do these people want from you? Leave you alone. Like they're better. Some people are not very good at leading people. And I feel like there is someone who thinks that they're a good leader, thinks they're a good leader of the family, or they're a good parent, or they're a good whatever. And it's like, you know, you're not really like that good. Like, I don't know. Anyway, we have card number 18. So, something could have happened around age 18 as well. I feel like you guys were like very emotionally mature for your age as well, even from like the time that you were young. So it's very easy to see when people are like lost and confused and need help. And I feel like you guys jump in, and because other people don't really have the instincts that you do, they get mad, okay? Some of you could have been like harder workers, better workers, more intuitive with people than some other people in your family too, is what I'm getting. We have firecracker and excitement. Okay, so you guys like really explaining things excitedly, like excited about a new idea, sharing something. Look at what I'm working on, you know? I'm working so hard, right? And being really excited about like something new that's opening up for you with this magical stream, all right? And other people could just be like, why are you so excited? Or why do you think you get to be the one to like do everything, okay? But we have dolphin here, and it says financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past, okay? Some of you could be like really excited about, you know, a raise or a promotion. I feel like some of you could be getting into like leadership roles, okay? And I feel like you guys are really like leaders that would make a difference in whatever it is that you do. Okay, and I feel like there is a person who you should be aware of who is a firecracker, who has a bad temper and may get upset that, you know, you just like, you're kind of like this dolphin energy. Some of you may resonate with dolphins, that you just kind of like, it doesn't really affect you that much, and you just continue to, you know, go on with your bad self, pile number 2. So yeah, and I feel like if there's something you've been really excited about because you are getting more money, like the 3 of Pentacles, because you've been working so hard, there is somebody who's pissed off because, you know, it's like, well, I deserve it too, you know? And also there could be somebody that thinks that you're getting away with something as well, pile number 2, or that you always like get away with things, and like that you don't really have to like face consequences, okay? Yeah, I don't know. This person is, you know, like maybe they should just take a couple steps back and focus on themselves, okay? We have concern here. Oh, like, don't you guys love the concern trolls that come around and are like, I'm concerned, you know? Like, also I feel like it's this King of Wands, okay? So with 33, card 33 here, we have like 2 3s already. We have 3 3 here, and then we have 33 here. So 33 could also be, well, 33 is an angel number, but I also feel like there could be somebody who is like feigning concern or acting like they're concerned, but they're really not going to do anything about the situation, okay? Like they're acting like they're really, really concerned and they really, really care, or they really, really got your back. But like at the end of the day, they're not really like doing anything, okay? Their attention span is very short, and they're kind of like looking in the other direction, but they're asking. You know, some of you may have had someone ask you or act like they really care, like, oh, are you overworked? Or, oh, are you like, you have too much on your plate or something like that, and acting like they really care, but they don't, all right? So, and then we have 27, card number 27, unexpected income. Okay, so somebody here, it could be a boss, somebody concerned that you're upset because you're not getting paid what you want to get paid, okay? I also feel like for some of you, it could be a friend too, that is like you talk to them about, you know, how you deserve some promotion or how you deserve to like get paid for something, okay? And they act like they're concerned, or they act like, you know, they care, but it's like their attention's completely in another different direction, okay? So I think you guys should be aware of somebody who like makes you think that they're a mover or shaker, or that they can make things happen, or they act concerned when you tell them like you need some help or you're overwhelmed, okay? And they like promise you, oh yeah, there'll be extra money, or there'll be extra to go around, or, you know, like that, but then they like never really come through, okay? And, also, there could be somebody that's concerned that you're like too much of a firecracker, okay? But I don't know, like they're concerned that but you're not. I mean, you guys have get up and go and drive and all of that, but I feel like you guys just flow with it, with this dolphin energy, and they could be saying, well, I don't know, like pile number 2 is a little bit of a firecracker. I don't know, you know, like I'm a little concerned about their promotion, or I'm a little concerned that they'd be a good leader, that they'd really fit in, or I'm a little concerned because it seems like, you know, like this type of thing, okay? And it's like, I think you guys are fine. You guys are like, I'm fine, all right? With the King of Cups and the magical stream here. It's like, I'm like, I don't really need your help. Like, I'm good, okay? So some of you could have like a fake concern troll friend, or fake concern from a manager, or fake concern from a parent, where it's like, I'm concerned about you. And it's like, yeah, but they're not like, it's like, they're not going to really do any, you know, it's like, well, are you going to do anything to help or what? But I feel like you guys are okay, all right? Because you're strong and you know how to power through things and, you know, move on to the next thing. We have rest here, okay? So somebody could be telling you like, oh, you're like really tired. You've been working really hard, or something like this. You need some rest. I'm concerned, you know, that you've been working too hard or whatever. And you're like, no shit, with the 9 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. Like, yeah, I really have been. And it could be a friend or a coworker, like, oh, you seem like you should take a break or something. And it's like, well, I'd like to take a break, but I can't. I have to make money, or I have to, you know, or somebody giving you like dumb advice is kind of what I'm also getting here. Okay. And, or somebody who wants to tone down your excitement. Okay. I'm also getting someone who's kind of like tone deaf, you know, like they don't really understand like what comments are appropriate in what situations. Okay. And we have hunger. Okay. So a hunger for financial gain, a hunger for like the hard work that you did in the past, a hunger for like some recognition, like, hey, you know, and maybe some recognition from your community or from friends, or just some good solid, you know. I also feel like a recommendation. Maybe some of you need some type of recommendation and a person's like, oh yeah, I'll do that for you. And you're like, okay, great. Or like some type of customer review or recommendation or something. And then the person like never really gets around to it. And then they just only care about themselves. And then they kind of come back around and are like, well, I'm kind of concerned about you. And it's like, okay. All right. We have rest and hunger here. Okay. And, yeah, I also feel like some of you maybe need to be a little bit aware of where you're putting like a lot of love and energy and attention into like a project or into like maybe some type of group setting, but other people aren't really maybe carrying their fair share of the weight here. Okay. And, you know, not everyone is as hungry, I think, as you for like progress. And you know, I feel like there's someone here who's looking at you like, give it a rest already or something like that. And they just don't understand your motivations is what I'm getting, pile number 2, okay? We have balance, okay? And, you know, I think maybe sometimes you guys do go back and forth between like, do I really, really want to go after something, or do I want to like take it at a slower pace or something that's a little bit easier, okay? So the difference between like resting and like being really hungry for something and not giving up, okay? And, you know, sometimes like people that you work with or people around you are like, oh, you know, or people, you know, back in the day when I used to work in the corporate world, like people would always, you know, a boss would always call me up and go, oh, I'm worried about you. Like, you've been working so hard. Like, I think you need to take some rest. And it's like, but as soon as they need help with something, they forget what they said, and then they just keep giving you more and more and more, right? Which is like, okay. But like fake concern trolls, you know? And also like, I feel there's somebody who's like concerned maybe about how you make your money, or like, I don't know if like that's really gonna happen for you. Like, you know, you have a lot of big dreams here with this firecracker, but like, I don't know if it's really gonna happen for you, okay? And this person maybe not really trusting you to like bring balance and peace and calm into your life, okay? But pile number 2, we have mental conflict, okay? And I feel like sometimes you guys being in a mental conflict where you really want to help people, or you really want to put energy into a situation, but you're also, some of you may be feeling kind of exhausted, all right? And like wondering, like, should I continue to keep giving to this situation? It seems, you know, it seems like maybe I need to bring some balance into my life, okay? So some of you may be thinking about that quite a bit. And I feel like somebody here trying to influence you, pile number 2, or to kind of like influence your decisions, or to maybe try to create a mental conflict for you at times, okay? Or make something seem like a mental conflict, but maybe like you're gonna, I feel like with the King of Cups, the Magic Stream, and balance, you guys, I mean, this person needs to kind of get out of your business is what I feel, because I think you guys can handle it. We have the 5 here and wisdom, okay? So this reminds me of the Hierophant, or somebody who's like a mentor or a teacher, and tells you like, okay, this is what you need to do, all right? And for some of you, it may be a teacher or a mentor. And yeah, and also I feel like you guys have a lot of wisdom to share. You have a lot to teach other people, but maybe you're trying to decide like when you should kind of like slow down a little bit, okay? And we could have Taurus energy here, Pisces with the King of Cups. Also, I'm seeing like a little, I was gonna say a Yorkshire Terrier, but I also feel like I'm seeing like a Westie, like a dog that's like a Westie or a Yorkshire Terrier or something like that, okay? And yeah, so I also see somebody here that has like a bald spot in the middle of their head, or maybe someone's balding, that's fine, but like it could be this older person or somebody who you kind of need to watch out for, because they're like, you know, I've got the wisdom and I'll show you the way. And it's like, I think I'm kind of like doing fine, you know? So I feel like somebody who's trying to give you, with mental conflict and wisdom, trying to give you conflicting advice. You know what I mean? Like, get some rest and take it easy. Oh, you're such a firecracker and I love that about you. And you're so hungry to go after what you want. And wow, you know, and it's like, okay, just leave me alone is kind of the energy I'm getting from you guys. Like, I know how to manage myself and my time, and, you know, I'm okay is kind of what I feel. Okay. So I do feel being aware of somebody who's trying to like tell you how things should be or how you should be, and then maybe trying to get you to sort of like second guess yourself or make you feel like you have no balance in your life. Okay. We have throat chakra here. So, somebody like misusing their words, I feel like, with this mental conflict and throat chakra, like trying to mislead you with what they're saying is what I feel. Pile number 2. And we have the 2 5s here. Okay. So I feel like this throat chakra is connected to this Hierophant, and somebody trying to like lead you in the wrong direction that creates mental conflict within you. It's like, I don't know. I feel like when you guys just kind of like step back from situations, balance your energy, and get back into your flow, you guys are fine, okay? But somebody could be trying to create a mental conflict that isn't actually there for you. And I don't want this reading either, pile number 2. Like, I'm a Taurus, so I'm looking at this and I'm speaking to you right now with this Taurus and throat chakra. I don't want to be creating mental conflict in you either, pile number 2. So I think if you just are within your own energy and balancing your life, you don't really need everyone else up in your business and telling you what to do, is what I'm getting, okay? And I am confident, card number 13, okay? And somebody may be trying to like talk over you or trying to like give you unsolicited advice, you know, this type of thing, making you a little bit maybe unsure of what decision to make, okay? But Spirit wants you guys to remember all the things that you've done already, okay? And all the wonderful successes and all the wonderful things that you've done already, not just with material things, but also in the way that you help people and the way that you know, I do feel there are people around you that really appreciate you, okay? And it says, I am confident you are a conscientious worker, okay? With a knack for coming up with creative ideas, right? The King of Cups, creative ideas, conscientious, creative, and turning them into something real, okay? The 3 of Pentacles, turning something into something real. Somebody here wants all the glory with the King of Wands, but doesn't want any of the responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 2. But anyway, you come up with creative ideas and turn them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. I am confident, okay? So don't let anybody sway you from what you're trying to do, because they may be trying to get something out of it or trying to get something out of you, all right? And we have here Jupiter and abundance. Wow. I am confident that my abundance, and look at the dolphin energy too with the financial gain. Okay. It's about time for some, you know, recognition. It's about time for you guys to be, you know, in the driver's seat here. Okay. And Spirit just saying, like, you're confident, you know what you're doing, you're conscientious, you're creative, you have what it takes. Stay on track and don't let anyone confuse you, okay? And with this Jupiter card, I mean, Jupiter, promotions, increases, sales, whether you work for a company or you're self-employed or whatever, like, I feel, you know, good times ahead for you guys when it comes to money and like maybe picking up new clients or customers, or, you know, like if you're retired or not working, it's like all of a sudden, you know, something you've really been working on or a project that you've been really excited about, some, you know, kind of like opens up for you and it's your turn to like present something. Okay. So I also feel like maybe when you're talking, there's somebody who like turns away from you and like doesn't really listen and looks in the other direction. And you can just, it's really disrespectful. Okay. So Spirit is just calling this person out for that. And I think just also saying like, you're on the right track. You're in the vortex. You're in the magical stream. Take rest as you need it. It's okay to be excited about your future. Okay. So keep it in balance, right? And balance is the color green here, which talks to me about the heart chakra and what you really want, but it also speaks to me of money, okay? So, you know, something has to be worth it, right? Pile number 2. But let's go ahead and get some initials to verify your reading on who you should be aware of, all right? You guys had the Margarita. Let's go ahead and see. Who should pile number 2 be aware of? Okay, I just heard pile number 3, so maybe there's someone in pile number 3 you guys should find out about too. But we have Q here. I also feel like Q is like quality control and like just saying that you guys really do things well up to a standard, and other people might be a little bit insecure or jealous because of that, okay? We have an O here, an O. Orion, right? We have OC. OC is the OC, like the show on TV back in the day, or Orange County. That's what that reminds me of. And wow, there's the J. I feel like with the CO here, it's like cool, you know? Like somebody, also we have the word jock here, like somebody could be a jock. I feel like you guys are like smarter and more intuitive than someone around you, and they could be kind of like a big dumb jock or something. Pile number 2, interesting, okay? And it's also like, you know, I just heard that song, I Won't Play Your Dirty Games Anymore. What's that? I'm a fool to something. Maybe it's your dirty love. I'm a fool to something, your dirty love. It's like, I'm a fool to da da da. I don't know. Pile number 2, it's a song. I think from the 70s, but I'm a fool to trust your dirty love. Oh yeah, like something like that. Anyway, dirty love, what's going on with that? But let's go ahead and see. Maybe some of you are thinking about a love situation too. And we have NOC here. Okay, so I also feel like somebody could be like super nocturnal or stays up late at night. Also con job. If we had a B, we would have con job. So somebody who does a shitty job and then acts concerned, or, you know, I feel at the end of the day, you guys are going to get more rewards or accolades or recognition than this person anyway. But someone's a con job, okay? A con artist or a con job is what I feel, okay? And yeah, also someone who could be a con with the letter J, like someone's a con artist and their name starts with a J. We have R here, corn, interesting, okay? Like corn on the cob or corn or just corn in general, all right? Yeah. I also feel like corner is here. Like someone kind of wants to corner you and talk to you, or somebody wants a corner office and is trying to like really go for it. Okay, we have the name Ron here, R-O-N. Some of you may know someone with that name. We have, cock, okay, C-O-C-K. Someone's cock is a J-K, a joke. Someone thinks they're a big man, you know, or a big woman about town, or thinks that they're like, you know, hot stuff or whatever. Anyway, pile number 2. And we also have rock here, R-O-C. Okay, so somebody, I feel like you guys are like a rock to people, but I also feel someone here could like rock music or be into rock music. All right. And RN, somebody could be a nurse or work in, you know, like a nursing field. I also feel like CR is the beginning of the name Chris or Christine. Okay. And NO, no. Okay, no matter how you spell it forward or backward, it still means no. We have Nick, N-I-C, so that could be short for Nicole, or yeah, we're seeing the beginning of the name Nicole there. Also, Rin, R-I-N, Rin, what's Rin? Oni, O-N-I, like owning something, or like I own it. Like if you're doing something, you're like, I own it. It's like, I know. All right. I feel like you already know this, pile number 2. Like, I'm just telling you guys stuff you already know. You're like, yeah, I already know, Natalie. Like, we have a jock and we also have rock, like someone who could be a jock, but also really likes rock music a lot. Okay. Let's see what else here. I'm getting a love situation for you guys too. If you see someone's information in here with, or you see their name or something in here, like, think about it, all right? Pile number 2, there could be a love scenario here too. And I'm getting like cinder or cinder, something like that, okay? Cinderella, I think there's a rock band named Cinderella. ID, okay? No ID, like somebody, or no idea, or no ID, okay? Somebody lost their ID or doesn't have their ID. Maybe you did recently. We have ID, which could be Idaho. I also feel like Rhode Island can be here too, okay? ND, that could be North Dakota, somebody from there. I think what you said to someone really struck a chord, okay? And that's why I was talking about earlier about somebody getting embarrassed, right? Door, D-O-O-R, okay? Corn door. Does someone have a door made of corn? No, I'm just kidding. Pile number 2. And I feel like you guys are nodding your head and going, right, Natalie. But anyway, and let's see what else. Rocked, R-O-C-K-D, rocked. I mean, I know I rock, okay? Yeah, pile number 2. I know you. The thing is you actually rock. You're not like a con like this other person, okay? We have S, okay? SDI. Isn't that a technology thing? SDI or something? Also CRD, cred or credit. You know, as Courtney Love would say, I need some credit in the straight world or whatever, you know. I think she just meant I need people to like recognize me. But we have Sid or Sydney here, and D-I-C-K is also here too. C-O-C-K and D-I-C-K. All right, pile number 2. Somebody's a real jerk. But anyway, this King of Wands over here. And yeah, so Sid or Sydney is here. We also have rid, R-I-D, so like being rid of someone or something here. We have sin, S-I-N, okay? Right. I feel like what you guys are saying, it's not a sin what I did. Like, you know, what I did was important and I tried to help someone, okay? ID, like try to identify a problem is what I see here, okay? And I also feel Nordic, N-O-R-D-I-C, like somebody here could be Nordic or come from Nordic origins, like Norway. I don't know if you would, do you consider like Sweden, Denmark, Norway, do you consider them Nordic countries? I'm sorry, I need to know more. Anyway, I'll have to look that up, but I am seeing Nordic here, like somebody who could be from a Nordic country. All right, and R.I.P., all right? R.I.P., right? Pile number 2, and rest in peace, okay? Anyway, and I also feel like maybe someone that you gave rides to, or maybe they gave you a ride somewhere. There's something about that showing up here too. Okay, and I also feel like Coors Light, C-O-O-R-S, like somebody who drinks Coors Light a lot. Also IP, like intellectual property, okay? Like I feel like ID, identify your intellectual property, pile number 2, okay? That's important. And yeah, also I feel like if an E here, we would have nerds or nerd, okay? So someone's like And are you nerdy, pile number 2? Do you have like a nerdy side to you, or you know, there's some nerds around you, etc., etc.? Okay. Oh yeah. I also, Conrad or Concord or Conrad is also here too. We have NR, okay, so we have RN and then we have doctor. So we have nurse and then we have doctor. So some of you may be in a situation like that, okay? Like maybe someone's a nurse and there's a doctor who's real concerned that you're working so hard and yet you're doing everything they do, but they're not giving you, you know, like they're not giving you what you need, okay? We have PIN here, PIN, okay? So someone has a ID or a PIN number that maybe they lost, or there's like no PIN or no ID recently on a credit card, okay? Also, I feel you guys be careful with your financial information right now, because I'm seeing con, ID, IP, okay, no ID. Okay, so keep track of, this is who you should be aware of. Somebody, it could be a stranger too, so just be aware of your money and be aware of protecting your credit cards and things like that is also what I would say here too. Also, we have Pinot, like Pinot Grigio is showing up here too. Okay, yeah. Oh, SIDS is also here too, which is sudden infant death syndrome. I hope no one had to go through that or had any of that in their family, okay? I just saw that too. But we have KS for Kansas here, okay? And I'm just gonna get 2 more and then we'll be done. We have an L. Yeah, I saw an L at the beginning of the reading. I kept mentioning L. There's the C. We just don't have the A yet. Okay, we have an X. So some of you have an X that is popping through here. Just kidding, SEX, you know, like calling you up and going, oh, I'm just concerned about you. Like, how have you been, babe? You know, and it's like, whatever. Like, they're just kidding. They just want a little bit of SEX, you know, and it's like, whatever. Anyway, I'm getting mad at them, pile number 2. And yeah, so we have the name Lynn here. We also have loins, okay? Well, there is such a thing as pork loins, which I see here, P-O-R-K, pork loins. So maybe some of you were cooking something, all right? I also feel like DILF, D-I-L-F, the F is missing, but we have DILF, S-E-X. Anyway, you know, pile number 2, you know how I love you in this reading. And yeah, anything else that I would like to say? Diss, okay? Like somebody who like disses you, I feel like could be showing up here. Also PDX, Portland is here too. That's the Portland airport. And KISS, like somebody who wants to give you a kiss, okay? Or wants some SEX kiss, that type of thing. And then it's like, just kidding, you know, no, I don't, or whatever. And it's like, okay, what is going on? All right. So some of you may have a situation. Also 6 here, the number 6 is here. Maybe some of you have a birthday in June, or yeah, or also the name Jordan is here. We're just missing the A, but Jordan is definitely here. Jordy or Jordan, okay? And as someone to watch out to. Okay. I also feel like no dope or something is here too. But we also have dip or ride. Like somebody's leaving is also what I feel. Like, no thanks, I'm leaving, okay? And some of you could have had an ex proposition you as well. And you're like, yeah, no thanks. Like, been there, done that. Like, not into it, okay? And yeah, so that is what I am getting for you. And there's so many other things here. We have sip, Pinot, sipping on some Pinot Grigio as you're listening to this, maybe pile number 2. So thank you so much, my rude babes and dudes in this reading, you know I love you much, and I mean that in the best way. Keep on being you, pile number 2. And if you enjoyed that reading, you can give me a thumbs up. You can like the video. You can subscribe. All of them help my channel grow. I also have a little tip jar in my description box if you're feeling like you want to show a little love today. Thank you so much, pile number 2, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose Jack Daniels on the Rocks. Very cool, pile number 3. And we're gonna go ahead and get into it today. The reading is called The Poisoned Chalice. Who should you be aware of? Pile number 1 and pile number 2 were very interesting, okay? And we're gonna get initials at the end of the reading, so stick around for that because the initials are always like one of my favorite parts, and we see so many things in the initials, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get some channeled messages first for pile number 3, and then we'll get into the cards. I just heard like speaking out or speaking out on something, okay? So maybe you guys are speaking out on something, or you've shared an opinion, or you've decided to finally like share your thoughts on a situation, person, place, or thing, okay? I'm also getting like you guys being in a conversation with someone and saying, I'd like to travel here, I'd like to go there, and them kind of like being like, well, why? Or like being like that with you, or sort of like cutting you down, or like that's a weird thing, or and then I feel like you guys are saying, well, why is it? Or why do you think that? And sort of like speaking out on things, okay? But it's interesting about the whole travel thing, or maybe planning a trip, and some people being like, well, why are you doing that? Or some of you may have a kid that has a lot of attitude towards you too, pile number 3. For those of you that have kids, you may have a teenager or someone that gets attitude with you. And I feel like somebody has a kid that looks at them that's like, why are you doing that? You know? And you're like, because I'm the freaking adult and I'll do what I want, okay? Anyway, pile number 3. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see what, okay. So I'm seeing a beautiful sunset with like pinks and oranges. It's also kind of like reminding me of like, you know, like an African safari, or like, you know, something like really cool like that, or traveling and seeing like a beautiful sunset, which is like very inspiring. And I'm also feeling like journaling or poetry, things like that, pile number 3, okay? Like writing stuff, maybe music, art, that type of thing. Very cool. Let's see. I just heard The Princess Bride, which is a really cool movie from back in the day, okay? And it's like, my name is Igna, what is his name? Igna Montoya, and you killed my father or something. I forget what his name is, but there's a lot of really cool quotes from that movie. And anyway, if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. Let's see. It has like a Robin Hood vibe to it a little. Okay, maybe some of you guys are like, yeah, eat the rich, fuck it, you know? But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see for pile number 3. I'm getting somebody who was like a punk maybe when they were younger, or maybe liked a little bit of rebellion or something like that. But I feel somebody has like settled down a little bit though, or is more like chill, or not as like, I don't know, like nowadays, maybe a bit more inward or spiritual, pile number 3, but let's go ahead and see. Also, some of you coming to this pile, you definitely have an ex that you that you already knew about, that you should be aware of, that's already like on my mind coming through in this reading. Someone that you continually gave your heart to, that just never really like had a bad attitude and never really could acknowledge you for the beautiful spirit that you are, and just kind of like, you know, stamped on your love, or just kind of like spit on whatever you were trying to give to them, okay? And so that's very, you know, upsetting and unsettling. And I just feel like some of you maybe have been, talk about, you know, the chalice, right? The Ace of Cups is the beautiful chalice. And here you are giving your beautiful heart to somebody in the Four of Cups, and they're like, I don't want it, like it's poisoned, or, you know, like maybe accusing you of like, you know, poisoning the chalice. And it's, this person maybe blamed you a lot for a lot of things, and had like a very bad attitude about the love that you were trying to share with them or give to them, okay? Some of you could have been married to like a complete baby, a complete whiny baby, okay? Or you could have been in a relationship with somebody who took you for granted a lot, okay? And the chalice is, you know, it's so funny because the Ace of Cups came up in pile number 2, and I didn't even, or no, pile number 1, and I didn't even think about the actual chalice. And the Ace of Cups, of course, is the chalice. So very interesting that it's coming through like this now. But, you know, it's like I tried to do everything under the sun to like please this person or try to get them to open up their heart to me, sometimes at the cost of me and making myself feel really bad. And, you know, I feel like this person isn't even that good looking or that hot, pile number 3, which just, you know, that sometimes adds insult to injury. I mean, not to be, but you know what I mean? I mean, they're not all that. They're not all that, okay? And, you know, like, they're just a big fluffy baby is what I'm getting. And they're already making me mad, okay? Yeah, and here's the Queen of Swords, okay? And here's you guys. And look, there's the Knight of Cups with the chalice, okay? Oh, wait, oh, okay, all right now. There's the Two of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. So I'm gonna pull all of these and there's the Three of Cups, like you guys traveling and having fun, all right? I'm feeling all of these for you guys. Actually, we haven't even gotten into these cards yet. So this is going to be interesting. But you guys like faced this situation like a trooper and told this person with the Queen of Swords, hey, get off your butt and appreciate what you have in life, or go on and suck your thumb in a corner, okay? And I mean, I gotta say, I love that for you, pile number 3. And maybe some of your friends were very excited too when they heard that you finally like told this person, gave them a piece of your mind and told them like your behavior is, you know, inexcusable. And, you know, it's like they just wanted you to be a bitch to them, like just so that they would have something to complain about and turn something around to make it your fault. Pile number 3, I can't even tell you how mad I am right now. And that type of love is definitely a poisoned chalice for sure. Pile number 3, okay? And yeah, and I was channeling that song in pile number 2, like I was a fool to do your dirty work, okay? I said dirty love in pile number 2, but anyway, okay, some of you maybe watched pile number 2 as well, but again, I feel it's like I was a fool to do your dirty work, you know, and you probably had to be the one that had to tell this person off, and they're like, see, I already knew that you were such a bitch or whatever. And it's like, well, this person needs to go back home to their mommy, all right? I don't know what they're doing on the playground. They can't even, you know, take their Pampers off. And anyway, pile number 3, I don't have any love for this person, and I don't know. I feel like you guys did have a lot of love for this person though, and it probably was very upsetting that you had to like, you know, really shut it down this way, but I think it was absolutely necessary, okay? And you made the right decision, okay? And I feel like sometimes, like when I got that image of the sunset, I feel like you guys like want to travel and do things and go places. And, you know, it's so nice to be able to maybe have someone to share that to do with. But I also feel like you guys are very independent and can do things on your own or do things with friends, okay? And I feel like sometimes with the Two of Cups in the middle here, again, the chalice, right? There's chalices all over here. And there's also the Knight of Wands, which is very like sexy, you know, and deep with the Knight of Cups, right? So wanting a love that's very like sexy and deep and all of that, pile number 3, but at the same time, maybe being conflicted a little bit internally because it's like, well, I want my freedom and my independence, and I don't know if I really want to like get into that situation again, you know? And I mean, I think you guys are logical though. You're like, hopefully I would never run into that again. But I also just feel like maybe you guys are in a phase right now where you could have love, but you're also just kind of on your own path, okay? And with the Knight of Wands, we could have a Leo. With the Knight of Cups, we could have a Scorpio. So some of you may have Leo or Scorpio. Also with the Queen of Swords, she is a Libra, all right? And the Four of Cups is Moon in Cancer. So, I mean, I feel like you guys had to put the smack down on yourself and go, hey, like I'm becoming poisoned because of this person, and that isn't gonna work, okay? So yeah, I feel like maybe sometimes like you're like, yeah, I like this person, but then you're either like off in a different direction or they're off in a different direction. But when you come together, it's cool. So maybe some of you have a long distance lover that you would like to, you know, link up with, and you know, maybe your lives aren't always headed in the same direction, but when you come together, it could be beautiful, right? So this is very interesting, pile number 3, but let's find out who you should be aware of. We have the 10 of Wands, okay? Putting everything you have into something that feels like it can't go anywhere, okay? And the 3 of Wands needing to be expansive and needing to like grow in belief in self and starting off on adventures like on your own after a period of struggle is what I feel, okay? And here's the 8 of Pentacles, okay? And honestly, I feel like the Poisoned Chalice, pile number 3 for you guys might actually be, this is a way different reading than the other 2 piles, but I mean, the other 2 piles were different too, but you know, like this is an internal thing, I feel like, because it's like, well, should I like, you know, should I continue to work on this, or should I feel bad about something? Should I be working harder? Should I be doing more? Should I be like, also maybe you guys wondering if you should be more careful, because some of you might be very like, you know, spontaneous with your heart and with love. And that's a very beautiful thing. But also I feel like, and maybe some of you feel like at times you got very restless and were like avoiding the work that you needed to do, okay? And maybe you guilted yourself over that. But I feel like you have a restless spirit, and that just, you know, that's life. Like that's who you are. You're a Mars person. And, you know, as a Martian with the 3 of Wands and the Sun in Aries, you know, you're going to do what you're going to do. Like you operate in a certain way, okay? And, I also think you guys need to be a little bit careful and aware of somebody who like you want to go and do things, or you want to expand your vision into the world. But, you know, I would just be a little bit careful of waiting for people that don't really have an intention to like go anywhere with you, or to really like be a part of what it is that you want to do. Also, some of you may have someone in your life that ignores you at times, or is like swallowed with their work, or like, you know, and okay, it's great that they're a hard worker. It's great that they get shit done, and but I also feel like this person, sometimes they don't complain and they just have their head down and they work, and okay, fine, or they get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But maybe you feel like you're alone at times, or you feel like, you know, like, okay, well, you know, like I really want someone who can, you know, be with me on these interesting journeys in life, you know? And with the 10 of Wands, okay, some of you maybe need to be aware of people who guilt you because you're not, you know, working as hard as them or whatever. I mean, I think you guys have worked very hard in your life for your own growth and for your own, and I think you guys are hard workers too. And maybe some of you tell yourself like, well, I can't take a vacation, I don't have time, or there's certain responsibilities, okay? I'm like rubbing the top of my arm right now on my shoulder, and I have no idea why. But anyway, maybe some of you got a shot recently, or your arm at the top was like hurting, okay? But anyway, I feel like just be aware of somebody who's really busy all the time and doesn't act like they have time for you, and makes you, I feel you guys are independent, okay? But I also just feel you may have a pattern of sometimes people like getting too busy and not really being able to kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like have time to like, and maybe you guys have quality time as a love language where you're like, I like to spend time with someone, okay? So I would say also be aware of choosing partners who don't have like a lot of time to give to you or are constantly at a distance from you if that's not what you want, okay? If there's a part of your soul that actually wants to be free and do your own thing and doesn't really want to be interrupted, then hey, that's cool too, okay? And I also would say a poisoned chalice is not really paying attention to what you want and continuing to drive yourself very hard when there's things within yourself that you really want to express or do, okay? And so this is interesting, pile number 3. Let's see what else. Also, like sexually frustrated is another thing that I'm getting too, of like not giving yourself enough room to breathe there. All right, pile number 3, magic prayer. Oh my God, look at you guys. And this is facing into the Knight of Cups. So some of you may have, been with a Scorpio or been with someone that you really cared about or you really wanted and prayed for, but it's like they never really showed up or they never really materialized the way that you want them to. And I would just be like, don't put your life on hold for that. Like if there's things that you've always wanted to do, I feel like, Spirit's like, go for it. Like you've earned it, pile number 3, okay? Like you've carried a heavy load in your life and you've really had to work at certain things within yourself and within your life. And, if you want to do something for you, like do it, okay? And, yeah, so I would just be a little bit aware of holding yourself back at times, okay? I would also say be aware of somebody who like promises you the world and then is non-committal and like runs the other way is what I would say too, okay? And yeah, so I'm a fool to do your dirty work, right? With the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles, all right? And we have card 32 here. Maybe somebody is around that age. And I said before I started this reading, if I see a lot of 2s, it indicates a love situation. If I see a lot of 3s, it's like a work thing. If I see a lot of 4s, it's a family thing. So I see a lot of cups and 2, the 2 of Cups is here. So there is like this energy of people holding you back and not really paying attention to you or being there for you when you need them. And if somebody treats you that way, that is a poisoned chalice for you because, it just is. Like, screw someone that makes you feel that way. Like, I don't even have to explain it, right? Pile number 3. And I feel like some of you really wanted something to happen with this magical prayer, to have this person come towards you, but like it just got too heavy and it just seemed impossible. I would also caution you guys to be aware of people who always are offering up excuses all the time for why they can't be there or why they can't come through, okay? And that's kind of selfish, like making excuses and being selfish. The other thing, because I see the 3 of Wands here too, I also am getting a work situation where some of you, or maybe it's with like a business partner or a friend, or if you're self-employed, whatever it is, projects, whatever you like to do, I'm getting an energy of you guys not getting enough freedom of choice or freedom to do what you want to do while you do everything that other people want to do and carry the majority of the work and maybe never take a vacation or never really do what you wanted to do, So I would be aware of positions where you can get yourself into positions where you just have to constantly be, you can't let up, and you don't even get to pick your head up and see what's in the world, and what's around you, okay? And some of you may really resonate with the desert. I did mention Africa, that sunset and everything, but there is somewhere I feel your spiritual heart is being guided to, pile number 3, with this magical prayer. And I'll tell you, it isn't a shitty person that doesn't know how to like show up and love someone. it's, you know, the call of your soul to adventure, to like look up and see what's there for you in life, okay? We have feather here. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Yeah, like I want this person to help me. I want this person to be there with me. I want them to love me, you know, with this Knight of Cups and Two of Cups. But it seems like no matter what I do or how I do it, it just doesn't materialize with the Ten of Wands. And there's a reason in the tarot why the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands look so much worse than the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. And that's because fire and air energy don't do well when they're at the lowest manifestation of earth. Fire and air like to be up in the air and moving, okay? So that's why it feels like shit, because something needs to move forward, and no matter how much muscle you put into it and how much, you know, you push into it, somebody just doesn't show up, and it feels like maybe like you're doing something by yourself, or somebody just doesn't show up for you, okay? So there is someone you know in your life right now, pile number 3, or maybe it was someone you knew in your past and you already know, okay? Someone you know is undependable and not sincere, okay? And that's messed up, all right? And we have here pineapple, reconciliation, okay? And, you know, like the sweet tropical fruit, right? The thing is that pineapple does, okay, your guys' drink for this reading was Jack Daniels on the rocks. And like pineapple, having pineapple with Jack Daniels on the rocks, that sounds pretty gross, you know? If you guys like that as a drink, you can let me know in the comments. But I mean, with the whole Eight of Pentacles thing, I think we need to ask ourselves, is this practical? Does this really work? Okay. And like, am I trying to put pineapple with Jack Daniels? Like, does it really work? Okay. Because I feel like somebody here likes to be a bachelor or likes to do whatever they want. And I feel like you guys also have, whether you're a man or a woman, you have a spirit of wanting to do the same at times, I feel, with the Three of Wands, okay? But, you know, poof, you turn around and look and this person is gone like a feather, okay? They show up when they want to, they leave when they want to, they're just whatever, you know? And it's like working hard with the Eight of Pentacles for a reconciliation, or working hard on yourself when it feels maybe like the other person is just kind of like doing the same thing. And I feel like they do come back like with some type of offer, or they always still kind of talk to you, or maybe they come back later on and you're like, oh yes, my prayers were answered, you know? But it just kind of, we reconciled, but then it just ends up being the same with the Eight of Pentacles. Because if you notice with the Eight of Pentacles, the worker is making every single pentacle the same, like nothing's changed, you know? So we have here, we have house. Okay. So someone in your house may be undependable and insincere, or maybe someone you grew up with, or, you know, we have 32 and 20. Also, I mentioned a kid that could be kind of, for those of you that have a kid that's been a brat lately, or I don't know, maybe you felt bratty yourself, all right? But also some of you may feel that a house is actually like cursed or weird, or you're just sick of where you're at and you're sick of memories associated with it and you'd rather be somewhere else, okay? Is also what I'm getting here. With card 20 and 32, I'm also seeing a 12-year period. So think of like the last 12 years and kind of how things have been at your house and where you live, okay? Because the threes also, as I was thinking about this reading, I was saying, okay, the threes are gonna represent also too, maybe like bad neighbors or bad landlords or things like that. So there could be something with your house that needs, you know, like work or repair or something like that, okay? But it's like, when is this person, like, I'm doing everything. I'm working on my house. I'm doing everything. Like, you know, maybe some of you are like, yeah, the thing's a money pit or something, you know? My house is a poisoned chalice. But, you know, but you guys always keep the lights on, you know. Maybe you ask someone to turn the lights off in the house, but it looks like all the lights are on, you know, and maybe you told someone, look, I need some help around here. Like pick up the laundry, do the dishes, you know, pick up the box, take the trash out. And it's like somebody just left the house. They left all the lights on. They didn't do any of the chores. It's like, come on now, you know? So anyway, maybe some of you were like that back in the day and you're like, I'm just getting repaid, you know, for the way I was. But anyway, we have the Lovers here. Okay, so something about a situation with a house with a lover may also be like, maybe it's like, okay, it's more practical with the Eight of Pentacles if we reconcile because we have this place together. There's a lot of memories there, you know, we made love everywhere, like that type of thing, all right? You know what kills me about this deck is that this card 15 is the Lovers and card 15 in the tarot is the Devil, you know? So it's like we're together in this stone embrace and we can't move and it can't really go anywhere, but yet I don't want to give up. I want to keep working on something. Or someone who tells you that if we just keep working on things, there could be a reconciliation, but nothing really changes, or things could be different, you know, but it's still you doing everything. So I think, you know, there could be something with a house or a landlord. If you guys are looking with the Three of Wands, if you're looking for a house, I would just be, I don't know, I would just be a little bit, you know, about somebody telling you, oh yeah, this house is ready and it's good to go. Three of Wands, right? But then you find out, oh shit, like I need so much work. 10 of Wands, like there's so much I have to do here. And, you know, it's like a money pit and I have to keep working because of it, like with this Eight of Pentacles, all right? So just maybe watch out for that, I would say, pile number 3, or maybe a decision that you made that you're like, you know, this is actually more work than it's actually worth, okay? And that may be a reflection that you guys think about a lot at times, especially like with situations you should be aware of, okay? And there's a relationship for some of you that you wanted to work on and reconcile. But, you know, with the 15 card, with the Devil and the Lovers, there is something about a poisoned chalice with a lover, okay? And, you know, sometimes all the prayers in the world won't even get you there because it's just not aligned, you know, or for whatever reason, like, you know, we don't control the universe type of thing. I think you guys already know that, but we have determination. So you guys are very determined when you set your mind on something, okay? But I would just, you know, you have a lot of like work and energy and a lot of, you know, ability to like go and do things and change your life and travel and do exciting things. I would just, you know, caution you guys from putting a lot of determination into somebody who's not that reliable and trying to make that work, okay? Because that can really, like, that person could represent like that poisoned chalice, okay? Yeah, stop. So there's something about stopping with all the determination, okay? Like, you're determined. It's wonderful how determined of a soul you have, pile number 3, but also like sometimes it's time to say like, no way. I can move a lot faster with 3 wands instead of 10, and that's what I'm gonna do, you know? Also, for some of you, you may just be working and working and working and working at a job, and it's just like not really, like the more you put in, the more it just seems to get heavier, you know? And so sometimes when it gets like that, we have to step back and maybe like reassess the terrain and see like where our efforts like being wasted, okay? So there are some things where you guys are like very determined to make something happen, but Spirit's like, that's maybe not the best use of your energy, okay? We have anger, yeah, and that may make you very mad, okay? Pile number 3 too, it's like, I don't want to stop. I want what I want. Don't tell me what to do, okay? But also I feel something about, you know, it's like reconciling with someone, with a lover, or continuing to work at the job, but finding out nothing has changed, right? Like getting sold a bill of goods with the Lover's card here. Oh yeah, it's gonna be great, but they're like stone figures, and it's card number 15, you know, and then it's like being mad about it. Like, you know, nothing changed. I'm still in the same position and I hate it, okay? So if some of you are feeling anger because of that, then know that, you know, that was a poisoned chalice, and you can, you know, maybe not immediately, because sometimes we get into things and we have to finish them, but like, know that you are going to, like, you're gonna do something else, I feel like, with the Three of Wands, okay? And people that got used to you doing everything for them, I feel like one day you're gonna be gone, and you're gonna be the one that people look at as not being very dependable. But screw them. Like, they weren't, you know, they weren't aware when you were doing everything, is what I feel, okay? We have the 9 here, which is the Hermit in solitude, okay? And that's where maybe some of you are taking some time and you need some time to yourself right now. And then I was gonna mention Judgment earlier when I saw card 20 with this house, and of course card 20 in the tarot is Judgment, okay? And this whole thing of stop, like, you know, maybe some of you are hard on yourself at times and you're like, I knew that I shouldn't have done that or whatever. And Spirit's like, you know, don't punish yourself with the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands could really be like where we're punishing ourselves because of things we didn't do, you know, that we wish we would have done. So definitely don't do that to yourself, okay? But I feel some of you are going to go through a really big change with this Judgment card, okay? And look at this Magician is staring out at the world and staring out at the unexplored universe and looking at their life in a different way and seeing the truth of what is, you know? And some of you are like really going, it's 555 right now, pile number 3, which is definitely a challenge, okay? Some of you maybe with Judgment and the Hermit here feel like you've been kind of going through dark night of the soul at various times in your life. And you know, you guys are very strong people, so I feel like if life gives you a poison chalice, you can turn it into a lemonade with this determination card here. But also I feel like there's a moment when we have to stop and, like, you know, tell the lemons to go to hell and just, you know, like, I can't keep turning lemons into lemonade. Like, I have to, you know, be able to do what I want to do at some point, you know? And there's a lot of truth that could come through to you guys in solitude. Maybe some of you will be taking some travels on your own. But I do feel like there's a lot of spiritual lessons for you guys, and there's a lot of truth in what you've seen in your life. And I feel many of you have quite a bit of wisdom to share, okay? Which is a beautiful thing, all right? And maybe sometimes you guys felt like your love life was cursed, or you know, I don't think it is, pile number 2 or pile number 3, not at all. I think you've been in a phase where everything has been submitted to the angels almost, because that's where Judgment comes in, where things kind of get submitted to the angels for review. And if it's not in accordance with our divine destiny, then there's a slow burn that continues on in our life. And maybe sometimes it feels like with the Hermit, we're left with almost nothing until we can really see the truth of who we are. And I feel like some of you have definitely been on that path, okay? It's a deeply spiritual path. And just as I said that, I drew the crown chakra, okay? So I do feel Spirit is trying to connect heavily with you guys right now. And if there has been anything that you felt that poisoned you, I feel like Spirit is, you know, taking care of that for you and is putting you in a position to, like, really, I talked about journaling and things like that, to like really reflect and get to know yourself and get to know the divine in you even more than before, okay? I do feel like your higher self is reaching out to you, pile number 3. Like, this reading is taking more of a spiritual turn, but you know, that's where you guys have really been putting in work, I feel, all right? And if anyone tries to poison your chalice, then they're gonna have to get through me first, pile number 3, okay? We have 999, I am unique. Some of you may be a life path number 9. We have the Hermit here. Some of you may really resonate with that hermit. The hermit's very humble. You know, the hermit knows a lot and has seen a lot and is a prophet and a guide for other people, but isn't like waving it all over the place, okay? And it's more internal and yeah, like really showing up for yourself is what I feel. 999, I am unique, okay? Thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs so you can make the best of the life that still is waiting to be fulfilled by only you. You are unique. Oh, pile number 3, I love that message for you. You are very unique, and it is gonna take a really stand-up gentleman or gentlewoman to walk with you, because, you know, they have to be a person who is, you know, as high level as you are, I feel, pile number 3, okay? And you are very unique. And maybe sometimes that made you mad, like, God, like nothing ever, you know, like I try so hard and it's like nothing comes the way I want it, you know? So, but Spirit is just saying, thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs so you can make the best of your life that is still waiting to be fulfilled by only you. I love that, pile number 3. I resonate with that a lot. I'm also a life path number 9, so I feel you on that, okay? You're very unique, and don't let anyone tell you differently, okay? We have solar eclipse and card 44. Okay, so we have 32, 20, and 44. So there may be some people here that are in their 40s as well. We just had a big eclipse in April, solar eclipse, okay, in Taurus, very interesting. So some of you have been going through, I feel like, quite a lot since the end of April. Like life has really been changing and evolving. But I also told myself if I saw 4s in this reading, like a heavy 4 presence, I would mention something about someone's family too, because because I kind of gave myself definitions as I started this reading, okay? But anyway, the 4 to me talks about like how I feel like with this solar eclipse and revolution, I feel like some of you are very unique and different from your families, and it's straight up 6 o'clock right now. Like I feel you're very unique and different from your families, and you know, some of you are like generational curse breakers, you're generational or generational trauma breakers, you know, you're, a lot of you are like surpassing, I feel like, your ancestors and really like making something totally new, which is very interesting, okay? And I feel like I'm seeing a B and an S, okay? And some of you may have had a lot of like bullshit or BS from family, and you had to like really, you are unique and your path is a revolutionary path. And I feel it's kind of like eclipsing where you came from, pile number 3, okay? And yeah, I'm also seeing FF here. I'm just scrying on this card. I'm seeing B5 and JR, which is junior, okay? BS junior or something. Maybe some of you have a like, you know, sibling or somebody in your family, or somebody expected you to, that you were going to be just like them, but you're not, okay? And I don't feel like you guys put up with anyone's bullshit. I'm also seeing 75A, which could be somebody's like apartment unit or apartment 75 or 75A, or 5A is also what I'm seeing, like apartment 5A. I'm seeing the initials JK or JA. I'm also seeing R and M and the number 3. Okay, so times they are changing, pile number 3. Let's go ahead and get your initials and find out who you should be aware of, and get some initials here for my pile number 3s. These readings ended up being quite long, so thank you for sticking with me, pile number 3. Hopefully you found it interesting. Okay, times they are changing. We don't need to hold on to the past, okay? It's more interesting to move forward anyway. Let's see, for pile number 3, can you show me some initials here for pile number 3, Spirit? Okay, we have a J. Yeah, and I was mentioning like the JA, the JK, the JS, so there is a J coming through. Okay, we have a G. The jig is up, right? The jig is up. Oh, wow, we have a P. Someone could be a pig with the letter J in their name, like someone was a real pig to you. Okay, P-I-G, not to make fun of pigs. I think pigs are cute, but not when they're people, okay? And GP, okay? Some general practitioner or something. Interesting. All right. GP. Let's see what else. Somebody's a pig with the letter J. Let's see what else for pile number 3. Okay, we have an M. All right. So manager. So some of you like with a manager, JP, MG. So like a manager with the initials J or P. Okay. MG to me talks about like a general manager, or GM, general manager. Okay. We have an S here. SM. S&M. Rihanna style. Okay. You're like, what did I sign up for? You know, S&M here in my love life or what? This is torture. But I also feel like you guys are like, am I living in a simulation? All right. You may have asked yourself this before. Yeah. So I also feel like jams. Okay. We're missing the A, but I feel like jams, like liking some old music or liking some old jams or listening to that. Okay. I also feel like gap, GAP is here. So maybe some of you want to take a gap year or just go off and do your thing. Okay. MSP, that reminds me of like Minneapolis, but anyway, we have a B here. Okay. I feel like somebody got a degree or something. Maybe you guys have a degree or a couple degrees or something, because I am getting that. Like small business management or like MBA or something like that. Something in business is kind of what I'm feeling. Let's see. Goose. My goose is totally loose over here. Anyway, my goose isn't loose. Pile number 3. What am I saying? I've had too many Jack and Cokes, but we have BS again. I feel you guys have a very good BS detector after like a lot of this. Okay. You may get a little bit blinded with the solar eclipse when you really, really want someone and you really believe in that love. You may get a little bit blinded, but like, I feel you guys have a very good BS detector. Okay. And, yeah, we have a Z here, a Z, jams. There's a lot of jamming going on. Okay. Jammies. Maybe you guys need to get into your jammies. Okay. PB, peanut butter. All right. It's like me and this person go together like peanut butter and jelly. Like what's going on? Okay. And big pig, I feel like is also here. Like somebody was a very big pig to you. Let's see what else. I just heard, can I marry the snooze button? Okay, is it possible to get married to the snooze button? You guys are funny. Anyway, we have an N here. Okay. I'm getting like something, okay. You guys are like, you're gassing me up right now, Natalie. Thank you for that. But anyway, I also feel like gaslighting. Like someone here could be very gaslighting. Some of you could have had an ex that was very gaslighting. All right. We have son here. Someone could have a son or a daughter. I was talking about a kid with attitude earlier. All right. We have Glasson or Gleason. Maybe it's a last name I'm getting. All right. GSN. Interesting. We have a W here. BMW. Someone could drive a BMW. You may know someone with a BMW that you need to watch out for. I feel like something is like so much clearer now. Okay. Like you guys see so much more, or so much more is clear. Okay. Also jobs. We're missing the O, but JOBS. So I feel like some of you have had some really like BS jobs, or just jobs where you were not very appreciated. Okay. And, yeah, interesting. NZ, New Zealand. Okay. I'm also getting like a European vibe in this pile for sure too. Eastern European vibe even. We have C. Okay. Come now. I mean, people just being demanding sometimes, I feel like with you. Pile number 3, it's like, leave me alone, you know, like I'm doing my thing. And CBS, like somebody who could, PBS and CBS, maybe somebody worked in television or media or worked at a radio station or something like that, because I'm seeing CBS and PBS, which is like news, you know, somebody who like works in the news or reports the news. And SW, I was looking for the F. I was like, oh, single white female. Maybe that's you guys. Or have you seen that movie where somebody like copies someone else and like stalks their life? Isn't that crazy? Maybe some of you guys had a friend like that literally like copied you, like took everything about you. Okay, it could have been a cousin. I'm seeing CZN, which reminds me of a cousin. Okay, so some of you could have a cousin that maybe you need to be aware of, all right? Somebody that like copies you all the time. Okay, I'm just saying that. But also we have zinc is here too as like a vitamin or taking zinc. Maybe some of you are doing that. We also have MSNBC here too, which is another show that people watch and in the US, okay? Like different show networks. I don't know why I'm getting those so much here. And let's get a couple more here, all right? And PNC, what's PNC? Public National Broadcasting, or PNC Public National Committee or something like that. Okay, maybe you guys have worked in that area, or there's a person that works in that area that you need to kind of watch out for. Okay, and I'm also getting the World Cup. Okay, so maybe there's someone you watch the World Cup with, or someone that likes soccer or something a lot that you needed to. I also feel like someone snores a lot. Okay, and there was maybe someone you dated that snored a lot. There's an E. Okay, seen. Like feeling really seen is something like, I feel like some of you haven't, the problem is like feeling really seen by someone that you care about, okay? And if you don't feel seen, then I feel like that is a issue. That is a poisoned chalice, okay? We have new here, NEW, so like new energy coming through with this crown chakra, okay? Also, New Z. So New Zealand is also what I'm getting here. And WBN, isn't that also another network? Why am I getting all these networks? We have sew. So maybe someone here really likes to sew. Okay. And yeah, we have Jen, the name Jen here. We also have Jess and Jen. Okay. And men, MEN, are here too. So maybe some of you have had some rough issues with men in your life that have been like a poison chalice, okay? You're rising above though, okay? And then I feel like when something like seeps into your consciousness, it's like you don't, maybe you want to follow it through, or like maybe not let it go, okay? And that's maybe where some changes are happening with you now with this hermit energy, and kind of getting really aware of that. Wean, like having to like wean yourself off. Maybe some of you are weaning yourself off of men right now. That's interesting, but because I'm seeing that. And yeah, let's see, the peen, P-E-E-N. Also pens, okay? Pens. So, okay. And ENFP or ENFJ, I feel like is here. So some of you may be ENFPs or ENFJs, like, you know, in that Maslow, or not Maslow's hierarchy and needs, but in that Myers-Briggs, okay? Interesting. You guys, you got it going on over here. You are cool. You are interesting. Sun, S-U-N, like sunny, like the sun setting or the sunny weather, or getting to, we also have guns here. So there's somebody, maybe you guys are very trying to be aware of that, or people around where that's going on, okay? Also feel like nurse could be here too. We're just missing the R, but muse is here. You guys have been a real muse. You're a muse, you muse, okay? You've been a real muse to people, but I also think with this magical prayer, you definitely look like a muse, and you draw out these feelings out of people, but whether they can follow through is, you know, something they really need to think about. And, you know, like, I don't know what these, you put a spell on somebody over here, pile number 3, but they need to be able to follow through, okay? And, yeah, I also feel like music is here. We're just missing the I, but maybe you do music, okay? or you like music, and SUP, sup, you know, like somebody's like saying like, what's up or sup after like not seeing you for a while. And it's like, how uncouth, you know, like get it together. Anyway, we also have mug or mugs. Okay. I used to know someone with a dog named Mugs. That's cute. But anyway, we have mug. Okay. So somebody, maybe you guys have a cute mug, or you have you're like a cute face is what I'm thinking, but also maybe some of you have a favorite mug or mugs, or you really like them. Okay. And pun. Yeah, you guys are very punny, I feel like, and funny too. We have bun and bunny. Okay. So somebody could have a nickname with that. Bun, like there's a bun in the oven. Hopefully not, right? Pile number 3. I don't really feel you're with that right now. I feel you guys are more on this hermit journey, but like where you're at right now. And but anyway, yeah, you guys are like, where I'm at is needing a nap, Natalie. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and get to that pile number 3. And if you're wondering if you've won at life, you have. Okay, you really have. One, W-U-N. You know, you can't spell pile number 3 without a U. And 1 spelled uniquely like that, of course you are unique. And your vision of winning is what you want it to be and what feels good to you. All right, pile number 3. So that, okay, one last thing I'm getting is if I'm also seeing uni or university. So if there's something that you guys really want to do or you really want to try, I feel like Spirit's really encouraging you right now. With the Hermit and Judgment, it may actually be a good time for study, particularly with the Hermit and the crown chakra. Like that's a really, really good time to study. So some of you may be in some type of studying phase. But thank you so much, my beautiful pile number 3s. If you enjoy my readings, you can give me a like, a share, a subscribe. I appreciate all of you so much. And if you feel like this reading resonated with you and you'd like to show me a little love, you can certainly see my tip jar in the description box. And thank you so much, everybody. And I hope to see everybody soon. Take care, my friends.